and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a little new segment. I have a very old TBR jar. I have not updated this since before last summer probably. So most of these books have been on my TBR for over a year, if not just under a year. I just went through and took out all the books that I have read since then. So these are all unread books on my physical TBR that, again, I've had for probably over a year, most of them. And in order to get my physical TBR down, I think I'm going to pick some of these books that I have been avoiding or just haven't been very high on my TBR list for whatever reason. So let's get through it, shall we? Okay. The first one is Accidentally in Love. I'll go grab the books in a second, but I don't remember who this author is, but I know I got this at a used bookstore. Let's see. We have Priest by Sierra Simone, I think. We have, The Unmaking of June Farrow. I actually do really want to read this. I don't know why, I just haven't read it yet, but I'm actually excited about that one. Should I do one more? I might do one more. Okay, and then we have The Song of Achilles. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go grab those books and I'll be right back. Here they are. I think this is actually a really good mix of books. So first we drew Accidentally in Love by Belinda Missen. Again, I picked this up at a used bookstore. I don't know that much about it, but let me read you the back of the book. Sometimes romance blossoms when you least expect it. In the space of a week, Catherine Patterson has quit her job, decided to move back home, and broken up with the guy she thought she was the one. No big deal, because Catherine has a plan. She's going to open her own art gallery just like she always wanted. What she's not going to do is worry about boyfriends. Then she meets Kit, a handsome and talented local artist. He might be the most stubborn person Catherine has ever met. He might also make her feel like no one ever has before, and Catherine might be about to fall accidentally in love. Sounds super interesting. Cute little rom-com. So this is the first one. Next we drew Priest by Sierra Simone. I know I got this when I first got on Book Talk and things. This one I know a little bit more about, but I'll still read you the back. He's a priest, and here is his confession. There are many rules a priest can't break. A priest cannot marry. A priest cannot abandon his flock. A priest cannot forsake his God. Tyler Bell has had no problem playing by the rules for the past 3 years after a family tragedy sent him on the path to priesthood. That all changes when the delicious, sultry voice of Poppy Danforth sinks its claws in him through the screen of his confessional booth, and he can't get her sins out of his head. It should be easy to put his impure thoughts of her to rest. Considering the vows Tyler has taken, it should be nothing to overcome what the sight and sound of her does to him, when his life with the church means everything. But once he has his first forbidden taste of those red lips, Tyler can't help but break all his rules for Poppy, no matter what it might cost them both. So I know this one's pretty spicy. We have The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I don't know much about this book either, to be honest. I know it's been pretty popular though. In the small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow is waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and for the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving her daughter June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that aren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. Signs of what June has always known is coming, but June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice the hope of love and a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's disappearance, except these only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realizes that she can touch it and walk through the threshold, and when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. Sounds super interesting. I know I've been really wanting to get to this one, so I'm excited I drew this one. Last is the Song of Achilles. This is also a super popular one. I know I've been putting it off because everybody says it's sad, and I don't really know if I like sad books, but this is the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, a tale of gods and goddesses, kings and queens, immortal fame in the human heart. Achilles, the best of all the Greeks, son of the cruel sea goddess and legendary king Polydeuces, is strong, swift, and beautiful, irresistible to all who meet him. Patroclus is an awkward young prince exiled from his homeland. After an act of shocking violence, brought together by chance, they forge an inseparable bond. Despite risks of the god's wrath, they are trained by the centaur Chiron in the arts of war and medicine, but when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, all the heroes of Greece are called upon to lay siege to Troy in her name. Seduced by the promise of a glorious destiny, Achilles joins their cause, and torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus follows. Little do they know that the cruel fates will test them both as never before and demand a terrible sacrifice. I obviously am not very good with Greek mythology, so sorry if I butchered all of those names. I know a lot of people really love this book, so I guess we'll see what my thoughts are. So again, I think that's a pretty good group of books. We have a little rom-com, a spicy book, more fantasy, magical realism book, and then a Greek mythology retelling. So these are them. Again, I'm excited to get my TBR down, and I know I've been putting these books off for a long time, so I will let you know how things go. I think I'm going to start with Accidentally in Love, and again, I will give you updates along the way, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye. Hello. It has been a couple days, and I haven't updated you guys because everyone in my house has been sick. I'm still a little congested, so sorry if my voice sounds weird. But I am about 70% of the way through this book, and it's just okay so far. I didn't realize it, but this is a British author, and apparently some British books only use, for like dialogue, they only use like the apostrophe for quotes for people talking dialogue instead of the quotes. So that honestly bugged me for like a good chunk of the beginning, but I'm kind of ignoring it now. This is about, this girl, she's opening a gallery, and she meets this artist, and she wants to display his work in her gallery, and initially he thinks she's kind of a snob and is really rude to her, and for some reason there's just like a random shift, and now he's being nice to her, and I don't know. Normally if they're like being a little rude, like I can get behind that if there's like good banter, but maybe it's just I'm not getting the like British humor of it or something, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling it, but I'm almost done with it, so I'm gonna finish out. Yeah, they haven't even like kissed yet, so we'll see what happens. That's where I am with that. And then I also am getting ready to start another ebook. I always read 3 books at a time, a physical book, an ebook, and an audiobook. And yeah, I'm getting ready to start a new one, and I am going to read the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller on my Kindle because it's on KU. So I'm going to read that one. I already started it a little bit. Let's see, I'm on page 43, so just started it. Again, I don't really know that much about Greek mythology, so we'll see. I think about it, so we'll see. So far, it's interesting. I'm almost done. I still have a little bit to go, but I think I figured out what it is that I'm just not vibing with this book, and I think it's because there's too many like side plots going on, and it's a short book, and I don't think this is in a series. I'm pretty sure this is a standalone. Her best friend is getting married, but she's like having issues with the best friend because she's moving and not seeing her a lot, but her best friend's kind of using her for a lot of wedding stuff, not really keeping up the friendship, so there's that. Her brother is having issues with his wife and being kind of secretive about it, and trying to figure out what's going on there. The guy that she's getting together with, he knows her dad and like works with him, and but also he was married and his wife died, but then they don't really touch on that much. Like, you think that would be a bigger plot point. Oh, and like there's a whole thing with, before she moved, she was dating this guy, had been with him for like 9 months, and they had yet to like define the relationship or anything, and she's like wanting more from him, and he's just kind of, you know, putting work above her and all that. I'm almost done with it, so I'm gonna finish it up, and I will let you know my final thoughts when I am done with it. But yeah, there's just so much going on. But yeah, we're not really focusing on the 2 main characters, if that makes sense. I'll let you know when I'm done reading. Just a little update on where we're at. I did finish this book, and yeah, all the things that I talked about in my last update, still the same. Didn't really enjoy this. I rated this 2 stars. It never really got better. The romance just never really was there. It was kind of odd, I guess, is the best way to say. Like, yeah, he just didn't like her, and all of a sudden just a switch flipped, and suddenly he does, and there wasn't really a reason behind that. There wasn't any good tension or banter. They just kind of got together. The twist at the ending was kind of silly and stupid, and yeah, the 3rd act breakup, terrible. This was not very enjoyable to me. That's all I really have to say about that. I think I've talked about it enough. I'm reading Song of Achilles on my Kindle, and I'm enjoying it so far. Again, I don't really know that much about Greek mythology, but I'm not confused at all with where the story's at, where it's going. I definitely don't know how to pronounce most of the names, so sorry if I'm butchering it, but it's just very sweet, kind of getting to the point where, you know, they're older, they're having feelings for each other, Achilles and Patroclus. I should probably look up how to say his name because that one keeps messing me up. I'm enjoying it so far. I am, let's see, about 30% into it. So, and then I did also start the Unmaking of June Farrow, and I'm really enjoying this one as well. I think anytime there's like time travel stuff in a book, it always confuses me a little bit, but I am like super invested in where we are going with it. Let's see, I'm on page 155, chapter 15. So basically, yeah, there's this girl, her name's June, obviously. Her family has this curse where they all kind of go crazy. Her grandma just died, and she's kind of grieving that, but she's also starting to see these hallucinations of a man's voice, a horse, this red door, and it just keeps getting more and more frequent, the hallucinations. And so one day her grandma's oldest friend gives her a letter, and it has an address on it, and that's pretty much it. It says trust me, and that's kind of it. And the grandma's friend tells her the next time she sees the door to go through it. She ends up in the past, in 1954, I think was the year. 53? I don't know, one of those, in the 50s. And she finds out that she's married and has a daughter, and I'm trying not to like spoil a bunch, but this happens like early on in the book, so I don't think it's too spoilery. But her mom had also gone back to the past. She was also technically born in the past, and then her mom died. So she's trying to figure out what happened to her mom, how did she get to this place, and the past her, which is technically future her. Again, the time travel thing is really weird. So yeah, in the past for everyone else, but in the future for her, just up and left one day. And so she's trying to figure out, why would I leave a kid? My mom left me. I feel like I would never do that. And so she's getting her memories back from future her. It's super interesting. I'm like pretty sucked into the story. So anyways, that's the update with where I'm at. Currently reading this, super enjoying it, and currently reading Song of Achilles and also enjoying it. This one especially, I'm like really getting into. Like, I want to read this one more than I want to read this one right now. And yeah, I'm just like, why did I wait so long to read these books? I don't know. Anyways, I will keep reading. It's kind of a little bit rainy today, so I'm gonna keep reading and give you guys another update later. For everybody, I finished The Unmaking of June Farrow. I read it pretty quickly, and I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. Kind of already explained the plot of it. The ending, again, the time travel thing is still a little bit confusing to me, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I can't believe I had left this sitting on my shelf for as long as I did. Let's see, this was a book of the month from October 2023. So, whoops. I really enjoyed it. I have a couple other books from this author that I also want to read, so hopefully I'll get to those eventually. It's very mysterious. You're trying to figure out, you know, where future June had gone to, why she left. There's also like a murder mystery, trying to figure out who did it and all this other stuff, and yeah, just trying to piece together everything. Again, all the weird pieces of timeline that are just a little bit confusing, but again, I had a really good time with it. Would recommend it, yes. I am still reading Song of Achilles. I'm about a little over halfway through with it. I think like 60% or something. So I'm chugging through that. Still going with that. And then next, time to pick up Priest, I guess, because this is the last book that I drew. So we are chugging along through these books that I've been avoiding. So far, didn't like one, loved another. We'll see what the next two are like. I am really enjoying the Song of Achilles so far. I don't know if it's probably not gonna be a 5-star read, I don't think. We'll see what happens, but probably more of like 4-star range. And then, yeah, we'll see how I like this one. I don't think this is also probably not gonna be a 5-star read, but if it's enjoyable, then yeah, it'll be a 3 or 4 probably. So we'll see. That's my prediction for Priest. And I'm gonna get back to reading, and we'll see you guys later. Finished the Song of Achilles, and overall I did enjoy it. I gave it a 4 stars. I don't think that it was groundbreaking or anything, but I did really enjoy the story. It was very sad. Did I tear up a little bit? Yes. Was I bawling my eyes out? No. Overall, the writing is beautiful. The characters, I enjoyed most of them. They're very complex characters. I would say the middle part, they get to the island and then they're like fighting for like 10 years, and that part was a little slow for sure. But the ending was beautiful. I also really enjoyed seeing them grow up together as kids and just become adults together, and their love story was very beautiful. Overall, I really did enjoy it. I do understand why I get so much hype, for sure. Overall, pretty good book, so I'm glad I read it. I know it was very popular when I first started getting back into reading as an adult, all over Book Talk and everything. I feel like it's a little bit less popular now, or maybe I just haven't been seeing as much, but yeah, again, it was good. And yeah, maybe I will read some more Greek mythology books. I have the Percy Jackson series, and I've never read that. Didn't read it as a kid or anything, so I am going to read that at some point. In other news, I did also start Priest by Sierra Simone. I'm only like about 50 pages into it, and we are getting hot and heavy right off the bat. I want to show you my bookmark. I think it's so cute. It's a little spicy pepper. I love it so much. It's like a little acrylic bookmark. I have a bookmark buying obsession and a collection. I just see a cute bookmark off TikTok Shop and I just have to buy them. But they're so much fun. We are following this priest. His name is Tyler, which just is not a priest name to me for some reason. This woman comes into his confession booth. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. And is talking about how she is a stripper, and she goes into very much detail about that, and he is getting very much turned on by this and is guilty about lusting after her. But he thinks he can control his urges. Will he? Probably not, because this is a spicy romance book. So, I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll give you guys an update later. Well, I finished Priest. Overall, I gave it a 2 stars. Yeah, it was just a lot of spice. Pretty much no plot to this book, really, at all. Which, if that's what you're looking for, then this was pretty good. It was very hot. It was just, yeah, not really a lot of plot. Plus, yeah, there was a big miscommunication at the end of the book, and probably could have been solved if they actually just talked to each other instead of just banging each other all the time. I like spice in my books, but this was just, it was a lot of spice. I was like skimming most of it at the end of the book because it was just like, I don't know, I kind of want to count up like how many pages of this are spice versus not, because I've seen some people do that, and I am kind of surprised. I'm like, oh yeah, a lot of books are only like really like 6% spice maybe, and I feel like this would be like 50%. I don't know, it was a lot. I think I would have enjoyed it more if like the beginning had a little bit more tension, build up to it. He's a priest. She is like a stripper basically, and she goes to confession, and I'm pretty sure it was the second time that she comes to confession that he comes out and sees her, and it's just like, whoa. And then she is like confessing, like basically having sex with one of her people that comes to watch her strip, and he gets so turned on that he just eats her out on the church piano right outside the confession booth. Like, I don't really know what else I have to say about that. I think that's pretty much it. Anyways, so from this little experiment based off of the books that I've been putting off, 2 really good books that I enjoyed and 2 kind of meh books. Hit or miss with the books that I've been putting off. Really enjoyed The Unmaking of June Farrow. That was a 5-star. And then I also enjoyed The Song of Achilles, a 4-star. And then Accidentally in Love and then Priest were both 2 stars. So again, hit or miss with this series. I do think I'm gonna probably do it again because I do have a lot of books that I've had for probably going close to like 2 years now and just haven't gotten to. And so it is a nice little challenge to actually make sure that I am reading those older books and not just reading all the new books. So it was a fun challenge. Some hidden gems in my bookshelf that I should have read sooner. If I had read this one when I had first started getting back into reading, I might have enjoyed it more. I think I was more into reading a lot more smut when I first started getting back into reading, but I've just kind of gone away from that. I mean, I still do read smut, but again, it has to have a good plot with it. That is the challenge. Thanks for watching my video, everyone. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.